Hi guys, welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We had a great question. We made this video the other day of these pop-out theme sections here, making little pop-outs for the actual images. We used a blurb module on the top. Somebody was actually asking if they could get that icon to spin up there. As you can see, the answer is yes. Really easy to do. So let me show you how you can do that. I'm going to enable my visual builder. Once enabled, let's go down. I've got a section here. Inside that section, I've got a couple of rows. The blurb's sitting in a row on the top here. I'm going to actually delete it and we'll start from scratch. So I've got a single column row here. I'm going to add a blurb module. And by default, it puts in a bit of blurb here. Let's just leave this mostly how it is. I'll just get rid of a bit of that text. Let's say our team again, I guess. Obviously, whatever you want to put in yours. Okay, image and icon. I'm going to use an icon. See if I can find that same icon. Divi's got an awful lot of icons here. They've teamed up with Font Awesome 4. That's the one I'll use today. It's a good idea to have an idea. Then you can do a search, or if you want to look through them all, just hit this little breakout box. You can scroll through, and there's a lot of scrolling to do. Good idea to have an idea of what icon you want. Great, well let's go to our design now. Image and icon. Make it the same color as I had it before. And let's just edit the text down below here. Text will do both the title and the content there. Just pop that in the middle. In my title text, I'm just going to click on the little paintbrush. It'll take me straight to the edit for it. I'm going to make it blue, capitalized. Let's make it a bit bolder. Perhaps semi-bold, and a little bit bigger perhaps. Something like that. Anyway, that's close to what we had. That'll do me fine. Now what we want to do is take this icon and make it spin. So what we need to do is go over to Advanced. Now we can save everything and right-click and inspect to find the class name of this thing, but there's a little workaround you can do if you don't want to do that. If we go to Custom CSS here over in Advanced, we go to Module Elements, we roll down, there's the blurb image. And I know we're using an icon, but it's still using the blurb image. If you hit the little question mark there, it tells us the classes. And what we want is ETPB main blurb image. So you can find it out that way, it saves you inspecting. Now we know that, we can create some complex CSS here, using a little animation. So in the freeform CSS box, I'm going to write selector. That'll let us select this whole module, but I want to select just the actual image or icon up there, which was dot class name et underscore pb page builder underscore, and it was main underscore blurb underscore image. Now we should be able to just target that. So let's open and close some curly brackets now. We're going to use an animation for this today, so I'm going to write animation, then a colon, then we'll give it a name. Let's call it bspin for blurb spin. Call yours what you want. It wants to be unique though. That's my kind of shorthand for blurb spin. I want mine to run for 6 seconds. If you want to speed it up, put a smaller value. If you want to slow it down, put a bigger value in there. I want it to keep on going and going, so I'm going to say infinite. And I also want it to be smooth, so I'm going to say linear, which will make the turn smooth at all points there. Now, we got to create this animation that we call bspin now. We're using keyframes to do this, so I'm going to write at keyframes. Then the name we gave it, which is bspin. Now we can open and close some more curly brackets. And we can use the time frame of 6 seconds to decide what it does during that 6 seconds. All I want it to do really is rotate around the y-axis for me. So let's start doing that at 0%, or when the page loads. So I'm going to write 0%. I'm going to open some more curly brackets here. I'm going to say transform. We're going to use rotate CSS, so it's R-O-T-A-T-E. I want it to just rotate around the Y. You can rotate around the X or have it rotate around both of them if you want to spin it like a wheel. But I just want it to rotate around the Y axis for mine today. Right after the Y, we'll open some round brackets with no gap. I want it to start off at 0. So in other words, it's going to start off at the same position we're looking at there. I'm going to select this line now from the 0 to the closing curly bracket there. Control C to copy. I'm going to paste it twice down below. Control V to paste. Control V to paste again. At the 50% mark, halfway along our 6 seconds, end of second 3, I want it to rotate by 180 degrees. So I'm going to say 180 DEG. You need to put degrees on the end or DEG on the end. As you can see, that started spinning already. You don't need to put it on if it's just 0. I want to make that 100% a 0 also, so it's going back round all the way. As you can see, that started spinning already. And that's pretty much all there is to it, really. Now, one other thing you might want to do is when they hover over it, you might decide that you want to have it stop when they hover over it. If that's the case, again, really easy to do. Let's just take our line of code up here from the beginning of the S of selector to the end of the E of image there. I'm going to drop down one more. Right after the E of image with no gap, I'm going to put a colon and the word hover, H-O-V-E-R. We can set a hover state now. So I'm going to open and close some curly brackets for the hover state. And I'm going to write animation, colon, none. Now it's still spinning right now, but when I put my mouse on it, it stops. Doesn't matter where it is, if you put your mouse on it, it's going to stop there. And again, that's kind of interactive. And if it's getting on their nerves, they can just leave their mouse on it. Great. Well, that's pretty much all there is to it. Now, I've written all this out. I'm going to copy it. I'll put it down below the video for anybody that wants to just copy and paste. But I would recommend you write this out because CSS is a wonderful thing to learn. It's not difficult. If I can do it, then anybody can do it. And it really will take your editing skills to a whole new level. So let's make sure this is all going to work on the front end. I'm going to save my changes now. We'll save the page changes. Save draft or publish if you're ready. And let's exit the Visual Builder. And there we have it. We got our little spinning blurb icon. And of course, if you want to duplicate this, it's really easy. Just duplicate it the normal way. I'll show you exactly how to do that in a second. And if we hover over, it's going to stop like that. Now, to duplicate this, for anybody that doesn't know, I'm sure a lot of you are ahead of me and don't need to know this. Let's enable the Visual Builder again. Let's go down. We'll click on our little row here. I'm going to turn it into perhaps a 3-column row. Let's duplicate this a couple of times. Two little squares to duplicate. You can drag one of them across. Doesn't matter which one. And again, another one across. And let's just switch out these icons in these so we've got different things saying. Now let's go find a little icon. We'll just throw a different one in there. And we'll do similar for this next one. We'll find a different icon perhaps. That'll work fine. And we'll give it a different name. We'll just save that. Now it looks like they're spinning at different rates here. It's only because I've changed them at different rates. Once we save this page and exit, you'll notice that they all spin at the same rate. So there we have it. As you can see, they're all spinning at the same rate. We've got different icons there. And whichever one you decide to hover over, it's going to stop. And of course, as you're hovering over and you stop them, take your mouse off, it's going to start again. They're going to be slightly out of sync until the page reloads again. But that's a nice little eye-catching feature to have on your site. Anything that's moving like that is going to get people's eyeballs on it pretty quickly, which is just exactly what you want with a site. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Once again, this has been Jamie with System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.